Today I'm in Rhode Island, meeting up with James Mark, owner of North Restaurant in Providence. We're not fishing today, we're gonna be foraging, and hopefully we're gonna catch something to cook back at his restaurant.
Hey Byron.
Pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you too, man.
James and I headed out to Ninigret Pond, where he regularly comes to forage.
It's a national preserve. It's really pristine, it's really beautiful, and it's one of the most famous salt ponds in the state. You'd be surprised how much you can eat that's in the area. You can see these rocks right here.
They're just covered, right?
It's covered in slipper shells.
What are those?
They're kind of like barnacles. There you go.
And they grow boom, 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 right on top of each other. Wow. Come on. Oh my goodness. I loosened the jar for you. We're gonna cook with these later, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. After foraging a bunch of slipper shells, we waded out further to see what else we could find.
These are sea snails. They're really delicious.
I mean, this is a small portion.
It's gonna be a series of these.
Right. I'm just envisioning the prep.
It's a lot of
It's
work.
like telling your cooks, like, okay, this is what you're gonna be doing. They're like scratching there. It's like, oh my goodness.
Exactly. This is why there's so many of them in the area, because they've never been commercially harvested, really. Kind of a pain in the ass to cook and eat, but they're delicious. You just have to work at them a little bit more than say a ribeye.
Yeah, it did take work, and James and I spent the next hour foraging for these little guys. We got a ton of great stuff that we then took back to James's restaurant north. So I see the snails that we got today.
Yeah, we have our slipper shells and our sea snails, and we're gonna put together a little marinade salad with it. And then we're gonna take all our shellfish and put it in the bowl. We have some mussels and clams that we steamed open earlier, some Napa cabbage that we've shredded. We're gonna add to this a little bit of our curry sauce. It's ginger, galangal, red chilies. There's a little bit of coconut milk to give it a little bit of fattiness. We're just gonna mix it up. We're gonna add a little grated green tomato. Now we have some shallots that we've pickled in lime juice. These are, well, we call them sexy scallions.
They look sexy. They're making the plate sexy. I gotta have a bite of that. Going for a big bite.
That's how you know a guy working in a kitchen. Huge bites.
The layering flavor is great. Like I said, I'm a sucker for pickles right away. That's the first thing you taste is the pickled shallots. The seafood flavor is like packed. After making the seafood salad, I headed out to the dining room where James sent over a bunch of his favorite dishes. Dan Dan noodles with goat and squid, a raw fluke dish with charred tomatoes, and a summer squash and pear salad with chickpea dumplings. I'm gonna try the Dan Dan noodles. You got some calamari in here, wonderful texture. Let's try the fluke now. I love the preparation of the fluke. It has a nice charred top, but on the bottom, almost sashimi style. This whole dish is playing off of charred flavors, acidity, and really tender fluke.
Hey man, that was everything.
This is incredible. The consistency going on here. Nice crispy raw aspect to a cooked aspect.
Well, we try to take things in extremes. If we're gonna cook something, we're gonna cook it like really hard and really fast. And then on the other side of it, we like to keep things nice and bright and fresh and raw.
I really enjoyed the concept of this fluke dish. This gives me a lot of inspiration for the dish that I'm gonna be making. I'm gonna be playing with sea bass and sort of like a warm potato salad. Hey, thank you so much, James.
Yeah, step by anytime.
Talking with James today, he really stressed the importance of using local foods. Today, I'm cooking with striped bass, which is actually the state fish here in Rhode Island. I'm gonna be pan-searing this sea bass and basting in butter, but first I'm gonna make my potato salad. So I have my water boiling here. I'm just gonna throw these fingerling potatoes in for about 5 to 10 minutes or until they're nice and tender. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start slicing my parsley. Let's give it a good chop. That'll add some nice color. And it's gonna go straight into my mixing bowl. I'm gonna grab my shallots. You know, I really enjoy using shallots. It's a little bit more delicate, but still has that onion spice to it. And in it goes. Instead of mayonnaise, I really enjoy using creme fraiche. Has a nice tanginess to it. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of lemon and just get my microplane. Give it a little zest. It's gonna give it a nice little punch to it. And I'm gonna use the juice from this lemon as well. Just half the lemon. So it's been a few minutes. I know my potatoes are done, nice and tender. I'm gonna pull them out, let them cool off. Really, you just wanna half them, probably a quarter of this one. You'll know if it's too big. You know, if it's more than a bite and a spoon, just cut it down to size. Got a nice little onion flavor coming off of this. Finish this with a little bit of salt and some black pepper. And that will finish our potato salad. Just gonna put this aside. I wanna get my pan hot because I'm about to cook my bass. Put them right there. It's gonna be on medium to high heat. Now I'm gonna season the fish with a little bit of salt and pepper. Straightforward. Flip it over, get both sides. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in my pan. Gives a nice even coat. As you can see, the sun's setting, dinner time's approaching, so I gotta get this sea bass cooking. So now I'm gonna put the bass in the pan, skin side down. And I really enjoy cooking with skin on the fish. It retains some of that fattiness, keeps some of the moisture in. So while I'm waiting for the skin to crisp up, I'm gonna get all my basting aromatics in order. A little bit of crushed garlic, just 1 clove will be good. And a little bit of thyme, just a few sprigs. Now I'm gonna flip the fish over. I'm gonna add my butter. 2 good slabs. Gonna add my garlic, thyme. Now I'm gonna start basting my fish. And with every pass, the butter's just gonna get hotter and hotter, infused with that garlic and thyme, and start cooking the fish from the top down. I don't know, there's just something about basting. You feel connected with the food as you're cooking it. So these guys are done. This piece of bass is just gonna go straight onto the plate. So beautiful. Now a little bit of the potato salad. And that should be good. This is a wonderful pairing. Honestly, I don't think I could have timed this any better. The sun is setting and it's dinner time. Fish is great, really moist. This potato salad's killer, nice and zesty. The cedar just adds a real nice fresh note. It's just an awesome pairing. Thank you so much for watching. We have one more stop on our coastal journey, so join me next week for our final episode as I go clamming in Cape Cod.